When you imagine Avengers Doomsday, you don't just imagine Avengers assemble. You imagine characters meeting for the first time. You imagine funny moments, confusion, reactions. But the biggest thing you imagine is superpowered characters fighting each other. And we all know you want to see the most powerful characters clash. That's exactly what this video is about, with actual proof that these fights may happen in the movie. The first fight is Thor versus Doom. It's hard to say whether it will happen at the beginning or the end, but Thor's motive could be revenge or protection. Revenge, because he failed to save the universe and those he loved from the incursion, and he would hold Doom responsible for it. As Tony Stark once said, "If you can't protect the Earth, you can be damn sure we'll avenge it." But honestly, the protector angle feels more fitting. Thor standing as the first line of defense for the Avengers, a born god, facing a self-made god. That's why we may see an upgraded version of Thor. There are rumors about Rune King Thor, but that power level might be too extreme for Doom. More realistically, we may see Thor with the Odin Force, and as I've said before, when Thor gains new power, Doom won't defeat him with strength, he'll defeat him with intelligence, using manipulation, strategy, control, making this fight balanced and intense. The next fight is completely unexpected. Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man versus Hugh Jackman's Wolverine. This fight would begin due to misunderstanding. In the chaos of the incursion, Wolverine assumes Spider-Man is an enemy. Peter, on the other hand, tries to stay calm. In the first round, Wolverine might dominate. Spider-Man may be holding back. But the moment those adamantium claws come out, Peter stops holding back. And we all know, when Spider-Man gets serious, even the strongest struggle. Eventually, they would realize they are both heroes, but by then, their universes may already be collapsing. Marvel could use the TVA to save them, if needed. Because Wolverine exists in multiple places, the X-Men universe and the Deadpool universe, Marvel will likely save the most valuable version. Now let's talk about Nightcrawler versus Reed Richards. The actor himself has hinted this fight may happen. This likely begins from misunderstanding. Reed works on a multiversal device. Nightcrawler believes the device is causing the destruction. Initially, Reed would lose. He needs time to understand Nightcrawler's powers. But once he analyzes the pattern, Reed adapts and counters. He's a man who invents teleportation technology. Handling a teleporting mutant is within his reach. This is important because we haven't yet seen Reed's intellect properly demonstrated in combat. Now comes a visually creative battle. Gambit versus Shang-Chi. Kinetic explosive cards against energy manipulation through the 10 rings. Shang-Chi redirects. Gambit escalates. A fight full of style, movement, and imagination. We know Gambit can fight lethally when pushed. Deadpool and Wolverine already hinted at that. Gambit is also confirmed to face Doom, but Doom's tech and magic are superior. He'll likely absorb or deflect Gambit's energy. This fight proves something important. No one can defeat Doom alone. And that's when Avengers and X-Men realize they must unite. This leads to Sentry. Bob cannot control Sentry at will, but trauma triggers Void. And when Void emerges, only one mind can stop it. Professor X. This becomes a psychological battlefield. Not physical, but mental. A battle inside the mind. Here we'll see Professor X in a way we never have before. Dominant, focused, overwhelming. By defeating Void mentally, he brings Bob's goodness forward, and that's when Sentry is truly born. And once that happens, the real power begins. Another emotionally heavy fight. Monica Rambeau versus Captain Marvel. They were once allies. Both use light-based powers. This conflict likely comes from Doom's manipulation, not misunderstanding. Photon forms, absorption, reflection, energy redirection. But here's the twist. Monica's mother, Maria Rambeau, is also Captain Marvel, so we may see Monica versus Maria. Emotionally devastating. Now the battle of leaders. Cyclops versus Captain America. Not one Captain America, but two. Steve Rogers and Sam Wilson. Sam uses aerial combat. Steve controls the battlefield. Sam's vibranium wings can block optic blasts. But this fight won't last long, because eventually, Cyclops, Captain America, and Reed Richards will unite against Doom. Team strategy, precision, close-range pressure. This is where Doom finally gets hurt. Cracks in the armor. That brings us to the final force, God Loki. Not Guardian, not Custodian, but God Loki. With the power of the God of Stories, Loki bends narrative reality itself. He manipulates perception, exposes Doom's fears, reveals his past, This fight won't be fists, it will be mind, illusion, manipulation. And through this, fans may begin to sympathize with Doom. But Loki realizes one thing: Doom can be shaken, but not defeated directly. So Loki begins planning far ahead, the path towards secret wars. One fight remains: Yelena versus Mystique. More likely, Yelena loses. This emotional loss becomes the trigger for Bob's transformation into Void, but Yelena might still outsmart Mystique with traps and tactics. And finally, the most unpredictable fight: Mr. Fantastic versus Deadpool. Honestly, no one knows how that will work. That's up to your imagination. I've shared everything based on rumors and reports. Now tell me, are you satisfied with these battles? Or is there one fight still missing in your mind? Which clash are you most excited for? If you enjoyed the video, like it, and don't forget to subscribe.